It was the 4th of July barbecue. That annual ritual where the extended Hayes family gathered in Uncle Victor's sprawling yard in suburban Chicago. All flags waving and ribs sizzling, pretending we were one big happy unit. But that year, as I stood there sipping iced tea, watching Uncle Victor hold court by the smoker with his booming laugh and star-spangled apron, I felt the weight of every whispered joke, every pitying glance they'd thrown my way for years. "Hey, Sarah," he called out, waving his tongs like a king summoning a peasant. "Still scraping by on that tech support gig? Or did you finally hit the jackpot?" The laughter rippled through the crowd. Cousins, aunts, my own mother, all of them chuckling like it was harmless fun. I smiled, thin and sharp, and said, "Actually, Uncle Vic, things are looking up. How about you? Checked your retirement accounts lately?" His grin faltered just a fraction. But oh, how that moment hung in the air, thick with the unspoken storm I'd been brewing for months. My name is Sarah Hayes, 36, single, and according to the Hayes-Wilson clan, the eternal underachiever. I work as a network administrator for a solid, mid-sized firm called Apex Security in Milwaukee. Nothing glamorous, but it pays $82,000 a year. Enough for my modest condo and the occasional splurge on a good book or a weekend hike. No luxury SUVs in my driveway. No beach house selfies on social media. Just me and my quiet life, far from the flashy displays my relatives loved to parade. Every summer, we converge on Uncle Victor's place in Naperville for this patriotic blowout, 50-odd people decked out in red, white, and blue, comparing stock tips over deviled eggs and bragging about their latest real estate flips. It used to be fun back when Grandpa was around, ruling the roost with his no-nonsense stories from his Navy days, keeping the egos in check. But he'd passed 7 years ago, and without him, the gatherings had turned into a cutthroat showcase of who had the bigger boat, the fatter portfolio, the more enviable life. Last year, Cousin Mike had sidled up to me with his gym rat smirk, protein shake in hand, still rocking that old Subaru. "Sarah? Man, when are you gonna level up?" My BMW practically parks itself at my cabin up north. I'd wanted to snap back, tell him to shove his status symbols where the sun didn't shine. But instead, I'd muttered something lame about reliability and fuel efficiency. The truth? I wasn't broke, not really. But 11 months earlier, I'd made the dumbest move of my life, trusting the one person who should have had my back, Uncle Victor, the self-proclaimed finance wizard who'd parlayed his pension into what he claimed was a 7-figure empire. He never missed a chance to flaunt it, paying cash for his speedboat, his RV, even Aunt Linda's latest cosmetic tweaks. "Sarah, sweetie, my mom had cooed over brunch at a diner in the suburbs." Her voice laced with that practiced sympathy she'd honed from years of bridge club gossip. "You're not a kid anymore. Time to think about retirement. Victor's got this exclusive family fund, super profitable. Maybe join in. Stop being the odd one out." The odd one out, that's what I'd always been. The girl who geeked out over code instead of sorority parties, who chose community college over enlisting or early marriage, who built a career in tech while the rest chased quick bucks or family legacies. "How much?" I'd asked, already sensing the regret bubbling up. "Minimum's 50 grand. But for you, family rate, maybe 30 or 40. I had $45,000 socked away in a rollover IRA from my last job. Every dime scraped together over 7 lean years. "It's rock solid," Mom insisted, squeezing my hand like I was still her little girl afraid of the dark. "Mutual funds, treasuries, blue chip stuff. Victor's the expert. Everyone trusts him. Everyone." That should have screamed warning bells. Our family couldn't agree on pizza toppings without a fight, let alone finances. But I was exhausted from the sidelong looks, The exclusion from their investor huddles at holidays. So I signed. Wired the money. Watched my nest egg vanish into what I hoped was a ticket to respect. At last year's barbecue, Victor had slapped my shoulder, his breath reeking of whiskey. Welcome to the big leagues, kid. Next year, you'll be the one buying the rounds. Now, here we were. Next year. And he was still the king, regaling the group with tales of his killer stock picks, his American Eagle tattoo peeking from his tank top. Grab a plate. Sarah, he bellowed, pausing for effect. Or is that too pricey for your budget these days? The Snickers hit like needles. My mom suddenly fascinated by the coleslaw. I checked my watch, 3:32 p.m. In about 8 minutes, his world would crack. But for now, I played along. Doing fine. Uncle Vic. How's the fun treating you? His laugh boomed, but it carried an edge I'd come to recognize as bluff. Killing it. As always. Not everyone's cut out for it. Though, takes guts. Guts. Meaning mine. The one who'd supposedly lost it all. Or so he believed. The first thread unraveled 5 months after the transfer. It was a snowy February afternoon in my office cubicle at Apex. And curiosity got me. I called the big brokerages Fidelity, Schwab, Vanguard, asking about the family fund under Victor Hayes or linked to my SSN. Sorry, ma'am. No record here. My gut twisted. No statements had come. Just vague assurances at Christmas that it was crushing the market. By quitting time, I'd pieced it together. No fund existed. The money had flowed straight to Victor's personal account. That night, hands trembling on my steering wheel, I called him. Sarah. What's the fire? He drawled. Munching on something. Need those fun statements. Uncle Vic. It's been half a year. A beat of silence. Yeah. We shifted to high-growth stuff, some emerging markets. A bit of digital assets. Volatile. So no paper trail right now. Trust the process. Digital assets? I'd specified conservative bonds. Indexes. You promise safe. Markets evolve. Kid. Adapt or die poor. He hung up, dismissing me like a pesky intern. That's when the old Sarah, the one who avoided waves, died. The new one, fueled by betrayal's slow burn, dove in. Using my cybersecurity skills, I traced the funds. Sloppy work on his end, $45,000 into his checking. Then splintered $12,000 to a trading app in his nephew's name. $18,000 knocking down his boat loan. $9,000 for Linda's facelift, insurance balked at elective number 3. The rest frittered on cash pulls and shady transfers. But the knife twist? His email, password so basic it was laughable, his golf buddy's name plus 69. Buried in there. A chain dated days after my wire, to Mom. Aunt Evelyn. Cousin Mike. Sarah's in for $45K. As planned. I'll book it as a loss for tax perks. She won't dig too meek with money. My own mother, good job. Vic. Covers the family getaway and more. Kept her chill. They'd all known. My savings? Fuel for their luxuries. While they mocked me as the failure. I printed it all, transfers. Emails. Texts showing his crypto flops. Rage simmered. But I held it. No rash confrontation. Instead, I baited him with a fake windfall, inherited $60K from Dad's side. Advice? His greed lit up like fireworks. We met at a crowded coffee shop in the Loop. Him in his pressed khakis and Bluetooth. Me recording discreetly. Sarah. My star niece. Fake hug. All aftershave and opportunism. I played contrite. Probing his lies. He spun yarns of phantom exchanges. Offshore havens. Guaranteed flips that screamed scam. My original $45K? Locked in growth mode. Then I dropped the bomb. What about the boat payoff? January 20th. 18 grand. He blanched. How? Or Linda's surgery? The crypto busts? He exploded. You snooped? That's criminal. I laughed. Stealing retirement funds? That's prison. I walked out, leaving him sputtering. See you at the barbecue. It'll be explosive. The emails were bad. But Mom's social media DMs gutted me deeper. She'd left her account open on my tablet once. Now I scrolled the group chat. Family finance circle. Aunt Evelyn, Sarah wired yet? Mom, yesterday. Played the worried mom bit. 45K, her whole IRA. Mike, LOL. Jackpot. How much for the cruise? They joked about my pathetic ex. My spineless avoidance of fights. Worse, threads showing Victor's real mess, 40% portfolio dives from his reckless trades. Need Sarah's cash to plug the holes, he wrote. Borrowing till rebound. Mom, feels off. Victor, you didn't mind for your spa remodel. Desperation. Not just greed. They'd sacrificed my future to bail out his gambling. It hurt worse than outright theft. These people who'd bandaged my knees as a kid now saw me as expendable. I built my dossier meticulously. Illinois securities laws are unforgiving on unlicensed advising, especially with retirement pots. The Division of Securities would salivate over this. But first, the weak links. Aunt Evelyn at her condo. Mid-morning wine in hand. Sarah? What's up? How's your IRA? The one Vic handles down 40%. Right? She froze. You know? Everything. The con. The crypto. Using me as your bailout. She crumbled. Tears smearing her mascara. I said it was wrong. But retirement's close. And you? You're young. So my dreams count less? I'm sorry. I'll repay. I don't want cash. I want you to remember at the barbecue. I left her sobbing. Cousin Mike at his CrossFit box. Sweat-drenched. What are you doing here? Chatting investments. Yours tanked. Huh? And you took a slice of mine. He bristled. Vic's mess. But you laughed along. Guy talk. See you at the party. Enjoy the flip side. Mom? Her voicemails piled up. Frantic. She knew I'd uncovered her role. Victor went radio silent. No more brag posts. I'd already filed anonymously with the state, evidence attached. Words like felony fraud and asset freeze echoed in my calls with the investigator. Timing? They'd notify around the holiday. Perfect. I lured Victor for one more meet. Feigning apology over craft coffee in a trendy spot. Recording rolling. I fed his ego. Tell me about crypto wins. He monologued fake platforms. Malta shells. Shanghai insiders. Guarantee returns on new 60K? Between us? Yeah. Fraud gold. Cash preferred, to dodge reports. Structuring another nail. Then, explain the boat loan from my deposit? He purpled. You bitch, mask gone. Admit it all. Or what? The emails? Recordings. He begged later via voicemail. You win. Check tomorrow. Call it off. I deleted it. No mercy for thieves. The barbecue dawned sunny. Me in a breezy outfit. Documents tucked away. Tension crackled from the gate, whispers. Averted eyes. Victor. Boozed early. Overcompensated with tall tales. For 20 p.m., he checked his phone. Paled likely the state's email expanding the probe after anonymous tips from concerned relatives I'd nudged. By 5 o'clock. His pivot, hey Sarah. Still flat broke. Or what? Silence fell. I rose. Check your accounts. Vic. Frozen. Right? Gasps. Illinois Securities. Case 2024, FR 0921. Fraud. Embezzlement. I laid out papers. 300K total stolen. Aunt Marie's 55K? Boat. Uncle Ted's 35K? Crypto losses. Nephew's tuition? Vegas. Chaos erupted, shouts, shoves, revelations. I played recordings, his confessions booming. Fists flew, someone called cops. Mom slapped me, you ruined us. No. You did. I walked out to sirens and fireworks. Free at last. The fallout hit like a Midwest tornado. Victor charged with 18 counts securities. Wire fraud. News blared. Naperville man bilks can of $300K in sham fund. Mom showed at work. Broken, I'm sorry. Greedy fool. She offered her $6,000 cut. I donated it. Trial prep. I testified coolly. Evidence ironclad. Jury guilty in hours, 28 years. Family splintered, divorces. Bankruptcies. Therapy. Some thanked me quietly, others cursed. Mom and I inched toward mending coffee. Counseling. I'm promoted now. Leading at Apex. Teaching fraud seminars. The broke label? Shattered. But the scars linger, the price of truth over blood. Freedom tastes bittersweet. But it's mine.